This video is sponsored by PotownStore.com, the best place to get yourself some TCG code cards. Want to start playing competitively? It's very easy to do so with instant email delivery with the codes, and they have a huge variety of codes up on their website, reaching from league battle decks, specific promo codes, or even the latest booster packs in town. So definitely check out PotownStore.com, and you can use the coupon code ZapdosTCG for 5% off your next order. How wonderful is that? Also check out cardmarket.com. This is a European platform that I personally use every day. If you're a European player, you're obligated to check out the link in the description below. We're going to be able to check out Card Market, and you can buy cards and sell cards to people all across Europe, so definitely do so. You're going to be helping me out a ton. So definitely enjoy this video, and I'll see you guys soon. Peace! What's up YouTube, it's ZapdosTCG here, and welcome back to our TCG video. On my channel you get daily Pokemon TCG content, so be sure you are subscribed if you haven't already. Today we have some more battle style decks that we're going to be taking a look at. I know the set only comes out in March, but we are doing this way beforehand, so you guys know which cards you need to get and which is going to be good. So they're going to be shaking up a little bit here and there in the meta game, and a lot of fighting types will be good, including Urshifu VMAX. We already discovered his Rapid Strike variant. This time around it's going to be the Single Strike variant, and this archetype is going to go for one hit KO. That's what the archetype will do. One hit KO anything in the game. How are we gonna do that? Well, glad you asked. First of all, we're gonna be taking a look at Houndoom. Houndoom is an interesting card because it gives us energy acceleration with Single Strike Roar. Once during your turn, you may search your deck for a Single Strike energy card and attach it to one of your Single Strike Pokemon, then shuffle your deck. If you attach an energy to a Pokemon, put 2 damage counters on that Pokemon. So we're gonna put a lot of damage counters onto ourselves, which on its own is actually quite good because we have the Raging Scroll, and the Raging Scroll is a tool card which allows us to use an attack for 1 fighting energy, slapping 10 damage plus 10 more for every damage counter on ourselves. So in last resorts, you can also use the Single Strike, all the energies on yourself. If you're whiffing 1 energy, sometimes it can be enough to just go crazy with that scroll attack. But the main focus is going to be setting ourselves up this Urshifu VMAX Single Strike. First of all, we have the regular V Pokemon here. This is the Single Strike Urshifu V. We can use Laser Focus, and that's also the reason why we opted to go for basic fighting energies. You can go crazy with Stone energies all you want. Those are special energies, but you cannot accelerate them because they only count as fighting energies once attached. So you definitely need definitely 3 or 4 basic fighting type energies on itself, because sometimes if you go second, you can just attach off turn, Laser Focus, search your deck for 2 fighting energies and attach them to this Pokemon, then shuffle your deck. So you're up and ready for the following turn to just strike huge damage. So if you go second, that's the attack I would be going for. Other than that, we also have Impact Blow 180, and you cannot use the attack during your next turn. But as we've seen with Brave Blade and Zacian, that's not a big issue at all. Just play a couple of switch cards and you're good to go. But this is actually not a bad card. You can accelerate to yourself, you can slap 180, but the better thing will be, of course, the VMAX Urshifu, and this is going to be the Single Strike Urshifu VMAX, and this one for like 3 cards energy slaps 100, so on its own, that makes me think you can pair it with triple accelerated energy, but that will rotate pretty soon, so nah, don't do that. You're definitely going to be using this for the G-Max 1 blow, and that slaps 270 damage, which is already enough to slap almost all tag teams in existence except for the ADP. So not only that, we can just accelerate the energies. At one point, if we are using this attack, we're going to have a lot of these special energies attached. And while we're talking about the special energy is the Single Strike energy, and provides darkness and fighting simultaneously into 1 energy. And if you attach it to a Single Strike Pokemon, you actually slap 20 extra damage. So remember, strong energy is the exact same thing for Single Strike Pokemon, and Houndoom accelerates those straightly from the deck. And that's going to be fantastic because we also have an item card, which is in the right top corner of this deck list, and that's Vitality Jar. You are able to shuffle 2 of these special energies, the Single Strike energies, back into your deck. So that's going to be awesome because G-Max 1 blow actually discards all of the energies before dishing out damage. So you discard all energies from Urshifu VMAX, and then the attack damage isn't affected by any effects of your opponent's active Pokemon. What does this mean? You can go through stuff like Decidueye, Altaria, what other effects? maybe Whimsicott? I don't know. You can go through almost all effects, and that's going to be fantastic to just, you don't have to worry about, oh, I cannot do anything against that matchup. Yeah, you can just go through anything. So just G-Max one blow, just one hit KOs, anything, because as mentioned, the single strike special energies will allow you to dish out 20 extra damage for every one attached. So you can use Houndoom's ability to accelerate them, and you can even stack the Houndoom's ability. So that's why there's a 4/4 line of the Houndoom in here. So you can accelerate all those energies onto Urshifu VMAX. As soon as you've done that, you are able to slap 270. If you have single strike energies onto her, let's say you have 3 of them. Let's say one of them is surprised, you actually slap 330 damage, which is enough to one-hit KO anything in the game. Yeah, you heard me right. You might think, oh, Eternatus VMAX has 340 HP. Disregard that, because that one is weak to fighting. So I already talked about how good the fighting type will be, so I don't know if PikaRom always seems to like survive every single time new cards go out, but this time it does seem very impressive because you can also like beat them down with like the single scroll. If they like full blitz onto you, attach single scroll, boom, they're gone. That could happen. So this is the main Pokemon in the list. For support Pokemon, we are gonna of course go for Crobat V, just flying around, drawing your cards until you have 6 cards in hand. And you also have the Danny GX, so you can either go for the Danny GX or Crobat V, depending on if you want to discard stuff from your hand or not. Then, of course, there's Jirachi GX. I put this in the Rapid Strike variant as well. And I'm a huge fan of Jirachi GX just because you can get rid of your entire weakness, which is going to be crucial against matchups like Mewtwo and Mew Tag Team GX. Dragapult VMAX might be seeing a return, so definitely need that Jirachi GX. So it could be priced, but you definitely have an answer if it's in the deck. And you have answers like Pokemon Communication and Quick Ball to find it, or actually scout it out. So what else is in this list? Another card is the Tower of Darkness. This is a stadium card that allows you to discard a single strike Pokemon from your hand. If you do that, you draw 2 cards. So basically like trade, because almost all of your cards are single strike Pokemon. You have Houndour, you have Houndoom, Urshifu V, Urshifu VMAX, Vitality Jar, another Tower of Darkness. We have access to the singles, the scroll. So there's even the energies that you can discard, which you can get back with Vitality Jar. So there's a lot of cards you can just discard to draw 2 cards. So if you get a reset stamp, don't worry about it. If the Tower of Darkness is into play, slapping it down, drawing cards, that's very good. Very nice to just dig for that Boss's Order. So then we have Boss's Orders in here. Of course, this is like the classic like build with Sword and Shield, like 4 research, 4 money, 3 Boss's Orders, like pretty consistent list. Adding it up to the Danny and a Crobat, you're gonna have a good time. We have an Air Balloon in here because sometimes opponents might just think, yeah, I'm gonna trap one of his Houndooms and he's gonna be stuck in the active. So yeah, that's something you don't want. So you have that Air Balloon, put that on one of your Houndooms, and you always have a pivot unless they tool scrapper it away. And you also have switches in there, mainly for paralysis or any other shenanigans. You can just safely switch out. Otherwise, you might be stranded in the active position, because at one point, if you discard all the energies and you're damaged, I don't know if you can get out of the active position, because sometimes if you have enough damage onto yourself, sometimes you cannot even rely on more energy acceleration. So a couple of switches definitely necessary and mandatory in this list. You can even go for 4 copies if you don't like the Air Balloon in here. And then we have Karate Belt, 2 copies of that in here. I love the fact that we have Karate Belt in here, because sometimes they can just knock out a little Houndour early on, and that makes your job way easier, because you don't even need like 3 Houndooms to get your attack off. Like, let's say you start first, you are not able to get the Urshifu V in the active position, so you're not able to use that attack to accelerate energies. Sometimes you just leave the Houndour in the active position, manually attached to the Urshifu V if you don't find switch cards. And then the following turn, if you can get out multiple Houndours, we do have capture energy to find ourselves more Houndours, so you can have them in the early turns. And the Karate Belt will allow us to just need 1 fighting energy less to do the attacks. So you only need 3 energies to do the G-Max 1 blow attack. And that helps out a lot, because attach of turn, passing it out, attach of turn, 1 Houndoom and a Karate Belt is all you need. So loving the Karate Belts in here, because in testing you always like lose a Houndour here and there. So that's what you want to do. Up next, as mentioned, capture energies, because the energy requirement for the Urshifu VMAX does have Carlos in all of its attack cost, and this is also the case for its second attack, the Impact Blow. So that's why I'm a fan of capture energy. Whenever you attach it on, you're gonna find yourself Houndours, and you need a full army of Houndoom to just get yourself started, so you can attack time and time and time again, which is awesome. Then to finish off, we have 4 of these single strike energies, slapping 20 additional damage. at one specific point in the game, because you have of course the way with Vitality Jar to just put them back in the deck time and time again, you will have 4 of these energies attached to your Urshifu VMAX, and then you even slap for 350 freaking damage, so everything goes down. And this also makes sure that your single, that Anger Scroll that you attach to your Urshifu VMAX also dishes out more damage, so be careful of that. You can just stack all the energies on and go for that attack if you don't have enough energies to use the secondary attack. Okay, that's about it. Then 4 copies of the fighting energy. As mentioned, you need the fighting energy to accelerate them for the Urshifu V's attack here, the laser focus. And that's about it. So hopefully you guys enjoyed another deck profile, nice and quickly to get yourself back into the competitive scene. These cards will be available in the middle of March, if I'm not mistaken, but they will be on Potown Store a little bit sooner. So definitely check out our sponsor, PotownStore.com. They actually have a whole heap of TCGO code cards, and you can use the coupon code ZapDoesTCG for 5% off your next order. Also check out Card Market, by the way. They are fantastic. If you are a European player, you can buy products and cards from people all across Europe. Anyhow, have yourself a fantastic rest of your day. Thanks again for tuning in for another deck profile. We're going to be doing so much more. If you have any suggestions which deck we should cover up next, put them down below, and I'll definitely be taking a look at it. Anyhow, see you guys tomorrow. Peace!